Let your voice rise, let it be heard. Don't hold back a single word. Today is yours, your time to shine. Let your truth echo through the line. In every message that you send, in every way your soul extends, let it carry, let it fly. Let your voice fill up the sky. Let it echo through the world, every voice, every word. Let your heart be loud and clear. Make the world stop and hear. No more silence, no more doubt. It's time to scream and time to shout. With every word, with every song, you're part of where we all belong. So send your thoughts into the wind. Let the world hear what's within. In every whisper, in every sound, let your echo shake the ground. Let it echo through the world, every voice, every word. Let your heart be loud and clear. Make the world stop and hear. In the quiet moments rise, in every sound, in every sight. Your voice matters, let it show. Let your echo truly grow. Let it echo through the world, every voice, every word. Let your heart be loud and clear. Make the world stop and hear. In the quiet moments rise, in every sound, in every sigh. Your voice matters, let it show. Let your echo truly grow. Let it echo through the world, every voice, every word. Let your heart be loud and clear. Make the world stop and hear. Let it echo through the world, every voice, every word. Let your heart be loud and clear. Make the world stop and hear.
All right, welcome everyone. Let your voice to be loud and clear. I hope you like that silly song. Welcome. Happy Tuesday evening. As usual, this is Evan, behalf of No Limit Emails team. Welcome everyone. Good to see you, Barbara. Good to see you, Doug. Good to see you, Tom. Or is it Joe? Uh, welcome everyone. Hopefully you will enjoy this stream a little bit different. Uh, I got quite a few questions to kind of dive deep a little bit on the email itself, and we'll look back on a history of it a little bit. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy that, and also have some good news for you guys in the end. Maybe share that news in the room with you guys. Be pretty awesome. And that being said, welcome everyone. And thank you everyone who's joined us last 24 hours. I personally appreciate you. As a team, we thank you making that decision and joining us. We really appreciate you and we do not take your trust for granted. Please provide us the domain you want to use so we can build your system and give you the key to your email kingdom. And in this process, please make sure you provide the domains that is really not your main domain, and also age domain that just you didn't register yesterday. So make the job a little bit easier for yourself and us. Give us a nice age domain, clean, and ideally be not related to what you're doing right now, your main site or main niche or even main company. The reason that I'm saying that is just for your own safety, so you can test the systems out and see how things goes. And then, of course, if you want to push the system back onto your main site and main business, then you can do so. When you do this kind of thing, we can look, see what is possible, how we can integrate you without really you lifting a finger. So in this process, just be patient and also please follow the guide that we give you when you get your count. And I see a couple of you getting a little bit kind of frustrated that obviously just uploading a contact to the contact itself. I made that mistake myself, guys. Hands up. I did that in the beginning, and I do know what you exactly done, and it's not really end of the day, guys. Long as it's like you didn't upload millions, uh, but it's just if it's few hundred or few thousand, you just can delete them. Make a segment and upload a segment, and you solve that problem. That's it. When you get your count, also please make a live room yourself, invite us, and also join one of the rooms that we can help you to get yourself a little bit familiar with the tool, what is inside, and basically we'll support you. And that being said, we really appreciate you supporting our work, guys, and we are excited to deliver and support you. That being said, congratulations to few of you got your counts, and I'm really excited. I already set up some of the segments for you guys to upload you leads to it, and I have uploaded few leads to you. Just get started for your first emails and all that, but you can ignore and delete them leads as if you want. Upload your leads if that's what you want. But to just get you going, to set up easy email so you can actually press that send button, I have kind of helped you out a little bit. I hope you like it. And of course, you can extend those and keep creating segments, uploading your stuff as you tend. So, that being said, as a system, everything is pretty smooth, guys. Everything running nice. And we are sending emails and we are obviously onboarding people, activating accounts. So everything is go. And as you all know, I try to make every stream as possible. And I also like to entertain you a little bit and as well as really inform you what's happening, as well as obviously on screen share what kind of emails I'm sending when it comes to the really just random cold outreach. And of course, hands up, guys. Everyone who sees my videos on YouTube, they go crazy because they know I'm doing it wrong. And I'm doing it wrong to kind of show I'm doing wrong. So the reason I'm doing wrong, there is a little bit like madness behind the thing. I'm doing it wrong only on this domain, guys, because this domain is case study domain, and its whole purpose of this domain, the reason it exists in first place, to just send cold emails. I'm not running automation. I'm not running any targeting. It's just basically ongoing case study on sending volumes and volumes of cold email random. See if something happens. And it does happen, guys. Believe me. Yes, you're not going to make it by sending 50 emails a day. But really, what I find out in myself, every 100,000 emails you send, you're probably going to get two people be interested in what you're doing. Because what I'm doing is just total random. And every 100,000 emails, you're probably going to get two or three. In my cases, sometimes four, sometimes none. So sometimes I have to send 400,000 or 500,000 emails to get that reaction. So it's in a huge number games, but there are many other ways that we can really make the email work. We will get deep into that tonight, and let me also, I did make a file. I did not really delete anything. What special prompt I did to do a little bit of research on kind of email stuff, as we are doing email. So, as you all know, we also want to really know a little bit back history of the email. As we are doing email, and people asking me, "Hey, you guys doing email? Uh, do you really know like any history of the email?" Guys, in today's world, is easy. Anybody can look on the internet and find out really the history of email. So that's not difficult part. But knowing the history of the email and actually building email or following this kind of really like footstep of the people that really invented stuff for us use and obviously take advantage of it today is important to also recognize. by us anyway. By myself, I really have a huge respect for these people that they are genius enough to think of an early stage of the development of the basically computers and everything else. Soon as we got like network going, and people realized they need to send basically messages back and forth, and obviously it's just natural progression from anything else that humanity did, from sending a pigeons or telegraph or Morse code and all that. And obviously, technology came along, and clever people in the world they developed a lot of different things. It's very some of the interesting things, maybe some of the names that not many people recognize. But in this evening, first of all, we will. Behalf of our team, No Limit Emails family, guys, and I like to thank you to two people. First, two people that they are very kind of pivotal part of email as a whole. One guy's name is John Postel, and the other person name, as you probably all know, is Ray Tomlinson's the guy that really invented at, which is we all use for email or usernames and whatever. So separation of names with at. These two guys, they definitely deserve to putting the basically statues up somewhere. If I get rich enough, big enough, I will freaking do it. Put the, the statue somewhere. But they really deserve this kind of accolade because they did change really communication over the internet, guys, and that's important. But also, we don't want to really, really forget the first beginning of it, which is MIT labs. So the people in MIT in 1960s and 1970s, whoever was in there, hey guys, thank you so much. Your job, your work in there is just being incredible gift to the humanity. And those people, they also deserve a shout out, which is the system used to call CTSS. This is the first protocol message between a computer to other computer by MIT. They developed this basically for kind of people talk to each other around the campus and whatnot. And this is what happened. And after that, obviously, we see the at symbol comes along. And of course, our good friend AOL start kind of like producing first spam filters and all that. Obviously, in 90s, I remember this pretty good, guys. In 70s, I personally didn't have a computer, but 90s, I was lucky enough to have a computer, to play around with computers, and pretty awesome that I start kind of getting hooked up with computers. Obviously, initial idea that got me hooked on computers, guys, I was just playing games. But as you all know, games lead to something else and all that good stuff. So in 90s, basically over the web, that was literally it was impossible to use anything in the internet without you having some sort of email address and all that kind of stuff. And which is later on we see like inboxes provided and all that kind of good stuff that we see today. Of course, I didn't develop any of this stuff, and we are using previous people's efforts, and they are worthy to shout out. And I hope you also like a little bit kind of having a background of this, especially when it comes to the email and where we at and what's the purpose of it, why is it we using this. And of course, the John Patel, the reason that guy get really like this accolade, he is the one really created SMTP, like first type of protocol of email verification, email sending, email receiving, email replying, email flagging. All this developed by John Patel. And John Patel was working for quite amazing companies. Like, I think he was working for IBM, I think. So he was working for IBM, and those guys are on those days, they were hot on things. So 90s obviously helped everybody, especially when the browser situation kind of got solved with ARPANET and all that. So if you all know, and obviously that old and remember ARPANET and logic boards, that you can kind of do stuff, and it was pretty amazing. And I was lucky enough in 90s, I had one ARPANET frameworks and everything else, and quite a few of them in university and college. I was playing around with them. We were wiring things, blowing things up, and all sorts of things was going on. So we did kind of really some experiments and all that stuff, learning with ARPANET framework of all to try figure things out and make things different and nanofy stuff. Engineering part of the kind of nanofication, the computer wasn't there yet, and it's pretty amazing myself seeing it how things modified and what we got. Now just single app, you can do all sorts of things in the internet, which is absolutely amazing. So really what happened was in obviously between 90 and 2000, by 2000, as you all know, everywhere's kind of almost every country in the West had a almost every household start having internets, and obviously they start creating legislations and creating a kind of can spam acts and 2003. Before 2003 there is no such a kind of anything, but we knew obviously the way John Patel designed SMTP that you have options to kind of imply certain filters. And of course, AOL came up with the first spam filter and that kind of stuff. After that, AOL released that, which has become a common kind of things, and everyone else start using. But really, the whole point of spam filter, it was to detect really bad, malicious kind of acts and all that, and which is still going on, unfortunately. But there is Coda that's obviously now with the help of AI and new algorithms, and it's pretty easy to see the really good intention of the email itself. So that's why some people who has really bad intention in the email, they get blocked by the AI, and that's it. They get thrown into the black hole. So I did create a file. Unfortunately, I can't add it links to the StreamYard, but I will add this file. I did not cut any resources out of it as I search and prompt, and you guys will find that's very interesting. Of course, the things that really AI didn't found, and I try to add it so that it's become a really good resource that you guys also can check, especially when it comes to the history of email and all that. So, as we are talking about really what is email marketing, really email itself, as you all know, has become a essential communication line between really a computer to be computer. And of course, we all know now you can have many computers with just one person there, and also one person can have many emails as they wish. So it's kind of not like how it was in 70s anymore, especially when it comes to our own kind of setup, and as well as everyone else in the world utilizing email, which is absolutely must have, must do if you are in the internet. Anyhow, like either be it brand or just working for someone, or obviously without email you cannot apply for a job, guys, in the internet. So the email becomes a essential key of the internet, and I think as will stay like that unless something drastically change in society. So I can't see myself any really any time soon that email will be obsolete. I can't see that in my lifetime. So I think it's going to be there, and it's going to get better, and it's also going to get more secure. Right now, it's a little bit kind of iffy because like networks keep leaking people's information out, but eventually it will get a little bit more secure and a little bit more stringent and a little bit more basically geolocation type of, let's say, geofencing will happen. and all that kind of stuff. That kind of things definitely will come to the email one time down the road, but I don't know when. But as my own prediction, I think that's what will happen eventually, uh, based on really what's going on around the world, especially based on phishing emails and bad actors and all that. And so network will get cleaned up and email will be more expensive and more viable tool in the future for sure. And that's what really I personally think will happen. And for now, everything is still depend on really email, and we are the one of the really largest senders in the world, and we are proud of that, guys. And we growing and growing. And I thought this stream will be interested to kind of touch back a little bit on that history. And really, what email is just amazing, scalable, continuum communication without border. And we see that ourselves. We see that our kind of own networks send really email to every country in the world, or every individual who has some sort of email that we could get and put it in a segment we can send email to. They have all the rights, can block us, can report us spam, and I personally just do it one time, introducing myself and leave these people alone. And that's how I've been rolling last 3 years with this specific one IP and one email server that I'm running and that my domain. So email marketing itself is a huge area, and it's a huge niche, and is huge economy spinner, and is also huge amount of really people involved, well as money and businesses. So because of really is so big, so you're going to have lots of bad actors doing this kind of stuff. And in our systems, we try to take care of everybody, and we also try to really not allow anybody to misuse our systems. But again, everyone has also the freedom to use it for their own growth in a way that really, in a way, is just you have to stay in the legal side, on the green side, and literally have a basically use it as outreach, common sense business tool, not really nonsense stuff. And if long as we do that, I think nobody ever in the world has any issue to send emails. And currently, we send in a lot and lot. I mean, really, it's just crazy. So hopefully the audio works still. Okay. We are in the No Limit room, where Thursday's room. Okay, I will be there just shortly too when we end the stream. And so let's get back onto this email marketing stuff. And then also getting back onto the point that I'm doing wrong, and I'm doing wrong for the reason, guys. I know what you see I'm doing wrong. You're not wrong. I do agree with you 1000%. Yes, I'm doing it wrong. But I'm also doing something that everyone can do right in a way. So you don't have to be abusive when you got lots of leads and you have a power to do. And obviously, I try to be a honestly best example for myself, guys. Try to be in the kind of like side of the law, and also be very respectable the people that I got the data from, or I have the data. I don't kind of really abuse them or send them nonsense. And my goals in here are just literally send them in an email, say, hey, I'm Guy, we doing this, is any good for you? Or that's it. It's that kind of emails, and just presenting myself to them. And that leads to other things. And that's basically what I've been doing last 3 years, and so far has not failed me once. And we're scaling up and just keep getting bigger and bigger, guys. And I highly recommend, if you are brand new, you can start small scale of this. And if you are a little bit advanced and you want to scale it up, and you can, and then you want to do it proper, still kind of use this as first shot, and then kind of set up some different capture pages with different kind of intensives, to get people signed up to the new opt-in, and then obviously it becomes a permissional based emailing, and that's where you want to really go. So the whole idea is we have the system, guys. You can do the code, you can also get the kind of data that you want, within the closed loop system into your own power, that you don't really burn advertising money. So that way you can use data sensibly, and you can also basically get many different lists out of kind of bulk amount of contacts. The whole idea is separate them to smaller lists, let them re-opt in. From 1,000 people, if you get 50 people opting into the landing page somewhere, guys, it's just amazing result. As versus advertising costs in comparison to something else is just really is must. So one more thing, guys, I know like lots of people also kind of DM me saying about 100 million Alex Hormozy. Did I really watch him and that presentation and all that? Guys, I did watch the presentation when he's did that 100 million thing, but really 99% of things he was saying is absolutely also wrong, has misled lots of people. Uh, he's like, if you rewatch it again, you will see it. It's just similar mistakes that I'm making actually purposefully. I'm not knocking Alex by any means, but the way he's presented stuff, it brings such a really bad name to the email as a whole. People didn't get it in first, but really is. It felt like as if he's want to just turn everybody to become a spammer in the world, which is that's part I really disliked it, and which is kind of came to me it's a little bit that way. But we are doing email, guys, and we're not just doing it myself. Obviously, a lot of our members do. And the whole idea of having a good email marketing machine, you have to control it. And I bet Alex right now has a school and has anything else, but I guarantee you, no limit emails, send more emails than he could ever dreamed of sending. Even his show was about 100 million leads, but he hasn't got a system to send 100 million emails, which is one of the. I follow him on LinkedIn, and I actually kind of DM'd him like, "Hey, can you send 100 million emails?" And I never got answer back. So if he did, he would say, "Yes, I can." But it was really good, like show in the end. 100 million leads, but really, if you do not have a system to kind of use them, they'll be useless. Which is a lot of the people he had watching that, none of them had a tool actually executed. And I think it's only No Limit Emails family members had a tool to execute his 100 million emails if he did give him a list. So here is the kind of like what we're talking about myself, my last email, guys. And let's just go on email and look at the last email that I sent, which is right now still pending some. I have not sent the rest of them, as you can see, just refreshed. So I just wanted to basically show you. So first, I cloned this email from previous day, and I did add new contact to it, and I did send. Actually, says plus live, and I did send email the specific email. So if you look the content of this email, literally, we had a live room, still live room there. We embedded in yesterday. If somebody goes to that, but really is this is the kind of email, as you can see, uh, is not misleading, and also has unsubscribe on if this receiver has received this. And what I did is basically send one single email to this group of people, and I left. That's it. So whatever I get on a campaign in here, which is I will get some clicks and some hits, it will show up in here. Right now I'm just getting some reads, and this email still some pending, and let's send the rest of the pending, which is tiny comparison what was there earlier when I sent this, and let's send this out. So I am doing cold emailing as a case study, guys. I am doing it to test SMTP, test the delivery, test the spam scores, test the basically signaling, kind of testing verifiers and all that stuff. Basically, this specific system is, let's say, is engineer functioning side for no limit emails that we test stuff. So when I'm sending a random email like that, you don't have to really do that. And you can set up a bunch of landing page inside, and send these emails to these landing pages and separate these people, and they become a better leads. And that's where really the good email marketing starts. And of course, whole idea of the email is you have to target, you have to personalize, and requires a little bit of research and everything else. So, but because I'm not doing that, a lot of people tell me I'm doing wrong, guys. I agree 100%. Like what I'm doing is wrong, but really what I'm doing is I'm testing. Imagine No Limit Emails hired me to test stuff and give them feedback so they can improve. So that's the goal. Like, and also I throw in literally whatever rubbish lead I can get. So whole goal here is with this specific setup, if I can make it work with really rubbish and rubbish and rubbish, that the client comes in, bring his list that is warm list is going to work 1,000 times better. That's the really goal of this specific case study that we've been running on this domain and on single IP last 3 years. So when it comes to the mass scale, you cannot go wrong, guys. And here, like, we are above 6 million on one single domain. So make it easy for yourself. Why have hundreds and thousands of domains and hundreds and thousands of inboxes that you can only send 50 emails? And you just saw me sending more than 1,000, but as overall part of the campaign, about 40,000, 50,000 emails. But we have members send one press 1 million and plus. So if we have a members that presses a send button and send 1 million and plus emails, guys, please show me one of the students of Alex Horomzi does that. Please bring me some evidence of Gary Vaynerchuk or whoever the biggest company in the world is that they tooled up somebody to do that. None, right? And that's where we are so different. So No Limit Emails is definitely people tool, made for people, not made for kind of really jokers and tire kickers. And so that's the whole reality, is that we have created an absolutely amazing tool for anyone in the world use, but we don't tolerate really misuse. And obviously people see, they think I'm spamming the world crazy, guys. No, literally it's just business. I'm business. I'm reaching out another business. Say hi, I am this guy, without having the intention of selling him anything. And that's the thing. I don't have a sales pitchy type of email on those emails. And that's the kind of key in here, that originally the goal of email is not to sell anyway. The goal of cold email is not to sell. The goal of cold email is to just make a noise, just like be there and see if you can get some eyeballs. And that's the whole goal of email, really, is not to sell. Obviously, when they re-opt in, that's when it becomes a commercial thing that you can make a lot of sales after people re-opted in, especially to the specific thing that you direct them to, and they basically join in your new list, and that's where everything goes. And also, I want you to kind of notice in here, I'm showing you some of the emails, and in here I'm showing you 100. And from the campaign that I sent, guys, only from one person says do not contact me, which is unsubscribe. So if this was totally spam, as you can see, I would have 100 of these people saying spam, and they will report me. And I mean, they're not my brothers and family. So, I'm sending email all over the world. And as you can see, the result here in front of me, we're even sending 126china.com, right? So that's the only Chinese guy says, do not contact me. Look, rest of them didn't, nobody said anything, and they are all kind of pretty interesting leads. So come and join us if you are still kind of in a place that you think email marketing is very difficult and expensive, and literally anyone can do it with good system, good support, and some good data and lead to play around with, and anyone can do it, literally. All right. I hope you enjoy this one, and I hope you like my rant about Alex Horomzi. But I hope you kind of take something away from this, especially when it comes to the history of email. Maybe you didn't know something I mentioned. And if you like the content, please give us a thumb up and share it with someone you love. Come and join us in the live room. And if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. And our members will welcome you and have a conversation with you. And we have a No Limit Thursdays room, and you can join us in there. Take care, everyone, and happy Sunday.